Hi, I'm Peter. This is the 11th video in the Microbit Made Easy series from Engineering Wonder. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the wireless radio in your microbit so you can send messages invisibly over radio waves to other microbits. If you don't have a microbit, you can get one from the Engineering Wonder store at store.engineeringwonder.show. Oh, if you like this video or learn anything from it, be sure to gently hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. All right, let's get into it. Microbits have a wireless radio built into them. You see that squiggly line up in the corner? That is the antenna for the wireless radio, and you can send information invisibly through the air to other microbits. Now, you can test your code out using the simulator in MakeCode, but I would suggest getting a second microbit to do this. Or if you have a friend that has one, team up with them and write code so you can send messages back and forth between each other's microbits. The range of the wireless radio in the microbit when set to full power is about 230 feet or about 70 meters if you don't have any walls or other interference in the way. Let's head into MakeCode, makecode.microbit.org, log in if you're not logged in, and let's start a new project. Before you start your project, it's always a good idea to figure out what you want to do. So we want to send information wirelessly. We have three buttons here. We have an A button, a B button, and a touch-sensitive logo. So I'd like to send three types of messages. We can send a number when we press A. Let's send a string or a word with B. And when we touch the touch-sensitive logo, I'd like to send a emoji over a picture so it displays on our screen. Let's call our project Wireless Chat. And we'll click create, and we are in our workspace here. So we know we're going to be using buttons, three of them, so they're inputs. Let's go into our input toolbox and drag out on button A pressed, and let's drag out and the logo pressed. So this will be A, this will be B, and this will be logo pressed. We have our inputs here, and we want to send a number when A is pressed. So let's go into radio and see what blocks we have to choose from. We have, right here, radio send a number. It's the first one. Let's grab that and put that into A. And what number do you want to send? I don't know. You could send your telephone number. You could send a secret code, a secret message. 12. We'll send 12 over. When B is pressed, we want to send a string. So let's go into radio and grab radio send string, put that in there, and you can type any message you want into there. So I'm just going to put hello. We're going to wait to do the logo pressed in a minute. I want to set up these two first. This code is going to go on both microbits, and the microbits need to be ready to accept information. They need to be aware that information might be coming in. So let's go into radio and see what other blocks we have. Oh, right here, the receive section. This is great. On radio received, we have a number. We'll put that here, and then we have received string right there. This is exactly what we're looking for. This will receive a number and a string. Now we need a way to display that number and string. So if we go back up into basic, we can grab the show number block and put it in the on radio received. This received number here is going to act like a variable. So you can drag this and put it right into the show number. So it's going to receive the number, then it's going to show the number. And if it receives another number, this variable will change to whatever number that it was received most recently. And we can do the same with string. Show string, put that in the received category block, and drag the received string in there. The last thing we need to do is put our microbits into a group, and it'll be listening for all messages from other microbits in the same group, and it will be able to send messages to other microbits in that group. So for example, if we put this microbit in group 1 and this microbit in group 2, they can't communicate. But if we put this one in 1 and this one in 1, they can communicate. If we put this one in 10 and this one in 10, they can communicate as well. Note to teachers, if you're doing this in a classroom, make sure you assign group numbers to different groups so all the wireless messages aren't going all over the place. Let's go into the radio section and set radio set group to 1. And this is going to set our microbit to group number 1, and it will only send information to other microbits in 1, and it'll also be looking for information from other microbits in group 1. Let's see what happens when I press A. Look at that. The second microbit shows up and it receives the number 12 we were sending. Let's see what happens when we press B. It receives the string hello that we sent. Now we want to send an emoji when the logo is pressed, but how do we do that? Let's go into radio, and we don't have a way of sending emojis. Interesting. How could we do this? Maybe we could cheat a little. So what if we sent a number, and this special number was a code to the microbit that received it, and if the number it received was that special code number, it would show an emoji instead of showing the number. For example, right now it's receiving a number and showing whatever number it's sent. But what if we had a way of checking that number, and if it was a specific number that we choose, the code number, it would show an emoji, and if it wasn't, it would just show the number. I challenge you to finish the code. Pause the video right here and see if you can finish the code to display emoji if a specific number is sent to it. Were you able to do it? If you did, congratulations. If not, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. I was telling you the problem, and when I told you the problem, I was saying if this, then. So that was a pretty big hint that we need an if statement. So grab an if-then statement and put it into the radio received number. And we need to compare numbers. So let's see, we'll go to comparison here and put that in the if statement. And if the received number is, what code do we want it to be? We will make the code 42. If the number received is 42, it's going to show let's go with, how about a little ghost? A Pac-Man ghost. It'll show the icon ghost. If it's not 42, if it's anything else, it's just going to show the number that it received. So when logo is pressed, we need to send a number. So go into radio, send number, drag it into on logo, and when logo is pressed, it's going to send a specific number, 42, and then it's going to go into this block, and whatever number it received, it's going to check it in the if statement. If the number received is equal to 42, it's going to show the ghost icon and then pop out of here. If it's not 42, it's going to go to the else, and it's going to just show whatever number it was received. So let's see if that worked. So let's press A. Sent 12. Press B, hello. And let's see what happens when we press the touch sensitive button. It worked. Okay, it is time to test this on your microbits. You actually get to send information invisibly. So let's, you're going to have to load this onto both microbits. So connect one of them, one at a time, to your computer. Download the code. And drag your code onto the microbit and load it on there. When it's done loading, unplug your microbit and take your other microbit and plug it into the computer. And then drag and drop the same code onto that microbit. After it's done loading, you can test it. I'm going to leave this one plugged into my computer, and then I'm going to put this one on a battery pack. It's time to test them in real life. I have this one connected to my battery pack, and this one's connected to my USB to my computer. If I press A here, it sends the number 12. If I press B on this one, it sends hello. If I press B here, it sends hello back. And if you press the touch sensitive logo, you get the ghost, and if you press the touch sensitive logo here, you get the ghost. Congratulations! Now you can send information invisibly over radio waves to other microbits. You've learned enough in these 11 videos to go out and imagine your own projects and make them a reality. Go out there and try new things, have fun experimenting with code and new projects, and never stop learning. I plan on making more videos to add to this series, and I'm going to continue to make cool projects with the microbit and post them here. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will see you in the next project.